Thank you for being here with us today. I'm Jenny. I'm the Business Application Professional, part of APAC Microsoft Dynamics 365 team. Today, with the current situation that we're in, organizations are facing challenges to support their growing remote workers and optimizing their workforce to meet higher customers' demand. Challenges such as disparate systems and capacity constraints may impact serving their customers' needs. Hence, that brings us to our session today on how organizations can take advantage of automation to meet these challenges with Microsoft Power Automate and RPA. I will start off with potential automation benefits and opportunities, and we introduce you to our Power Automate and RPA. We'll showcase a very high-level solution demonstration, and then we'll look at two customers' case studies. Finally, wrap up with key resources for your immersion. In a recent report by McKinsey, it states that organizations are able to achieve 30% savings through a combination of factors. About 60% of all occupations have at least 30% of activities that can be automated. And almost half of those activities have the potential to be automated using current technology. And through automation, there's a huge opportunity in collecting and processing data, bringing faster time to insights. These are some of the automation benefits that organizations could accomplish, be it increased data accuracy, human error reduction, or freeing up employees' time to focus on innovation and strategy, which ultimately leads to improved employee satisfaction. Now let's look at how Microsoft helps organizations to capitalize on automation opportunities. Let me introduce to you our automation tool, Microsoft Power Automate. It provides an intelligent automation platform for organizations to accelerate productivity by automating individual tasks to large-scale systems. And this is using low-code tools, templates, and pre-built connectors. These low-code tools encourages bottom-up innovations from end users, professional developers, to IT administrators, facilitating organizations to automate at scale. Besides that, Power Automate supports intelligent automation with built-in AI capabilities, giving employees more time to focus on strategic, high-value activities. With built-in security platform, it allows everyone to build automated workflows in a secure and compliant manner. Power Automate is designed for all users, from citizen developers to pro dev and IT admin. For the growing citizen developers community, Power Automate's flexible and ease-of-use tools allows departmental and business users to quickly adopt the tool to help solve their business problems. It also offers the functionality required for professional developers to use low-code tools to unblock complex requirements, thus reducing their time to develop and deploy applications. And it also supports the needs of modern IT teams and admins to automate mundane IT functions whilst providing security and compliance over Power Automate usage across the IT ecosystem. Power Automate is part of the Power Platform, which works hand in hand with the rest of components, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Virtual Agent. The breadth of the solution further differentiates us from our competition, enables us to have more valuable customer engagements. And it comes with underlying framework, which includes data connectors. We have more than 400 pre-built connectors for integrating first-party and third-party applications and services. Plus, we have the facility to create custom connectors. With Microsoft AI Builder, it brings in artificial intelligence capabilities and works very well with RPA. Finally, with Microsoft Dataverse, it provides a robust, unified, and scalable data schema through which applications and services can interoperate. With these rich and unique capabilities, it brings organizations unlimited automation possibilities. With this single platform, organizations can build powerful end-to-end business solutions by connecting Power Automate across the entire Microsoft Power Platform with Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, Azure, as well as hundreds of other apps to drive innovation in the entire organization. If we zoom out here, we can place the complete Microsoft Intelligent Automation into a much broader, rich integrated ecosystem of user experience and data and services. This truly enables what the industry is referring to as hyper-automation, and is all available from Microsoft. To support the organization's data and services requirements, Microsoft provides the flexibility to connect with your existing productivity data, core business data, cloud services, and storage. And with on-premises data gateway, it allows you to connect to any legacy data source in your organization without the need to migrate it to the cloud. Finally, you can connect to over 400 plus and third-party services, including Zendesk, Twitter, SAP, Marketo, Box, and Salesforce. Or you can connect to any REST or HTTP endpoints using custom connectors. Once your data sources and processes are built, you can then create amazing user experiences by building rich mobile apps, desktop apps, or even portal apps with Microsoft Power Apps. You can then further add on mixed reality, Power Virtual Agents for better user experience. The possibilities are limitless depending on the requirements that the organization may have. With this, I would like to invite you to view this short video on Power Automate.
You probably already know that Microsoft has a way to automate tons of highly repetitive manual tasks to seamlessly connect your favorite apps so you can be more productive. It's called Microsoft Power Automate, and now it's fully baked into the Microsoft Power Platform. Like when someone tweets about your company, Power Automate makes it easy for just about anyone to quickly create a flow that follows them, sends a nice reply, adds them to a spreadsheet that gets emailed to you for your approval, then adds their contact to Salesforce or Dynamics 365. And this streamlined approval process works with data in Twitter, Microsoft Teams, Excel, and over 100 other services too. However, you may not know that now you can easily automate legacy processes even if they don't have APIs, using a little bit of genius called Robotic Process Automation, or RPA, to create UI flows. For example, say you're a clinic operating off a legacy system. Every time you finish meeting with a patient, you have to extract lots and lots of data fields and details about their visit from your desktop to your patient tracking system. Ample opportunity for mistakes and a giant waste of time. With Power Automate, just create a UI flow that automatically records every action you take. Review it, make any edits you want, then add it to an existing flow. Simple as that. And this way you can seamlessly integrate your legacy software across modern applications and services without a big upfront investment. Power Automate lets you securely scale across your whole organization with confidence, from simple tasks to super complex enterprise-wide processes. If you're ready for cloud-powered automation for a fast-paced modern world, learn more at powerautomate.com. Then, Power Automate and unlock what's next.
In the next few slides, I will focus and share more on RPA, our latest capabilities in Power Automate. In the business world, RPA can be used to automate repetitive tasks both in back office and front office. These are some examples of RPA use cases automating tasks in different business departments such as supply chain operations, sales, and finance. Take, for example, finance department. They can leverage automation to streamline invoice processing or automate finance reconciliation across disparate systems. Besides cross-functional use cases, these are additional use cases from industry perspective. For example, in the healthcare industry, there are huge automation opportunities, streamlining patient registration process, optimizing employee scheduling and rosters, or even simplifying patient billing and claims process. To date, we have over 350,000 organizations that uses Power Automate every month to create and manage automated workflows through a no-code guided experience. As you may have heard, in year 2020, we acquired Softomotive, a leading RPA vendor over the last 15 years since 2005. Softomotive previously developed the Vin automation platform to provide desktop and web RPA capabilities. Now, with Vin automation capabilities is made available with Power Automate, and it broadens the overall scope with these RPA capabilities. Today, we have over 350,000 organizations that uses Power Automate every month to create and manage automated workflows through a no-code guided experience. As you may have heard, in year 2020, we acquired Softomotive, a leading RPA vendor over the last 15 years since 2005. Softomotive previously developed a Win automation platform to provide desktop and web RPA capabilities. And now it is made available with Power Automate, which broadens the overall Power Automate scope with these RPA capabilities. Very few automation services provide the breadth, depth, and seamless integration that is achieved with Power Automate. So what we have now is an advanced intelligent automation solution combining existing Microsoft capabilities with Softomotive acquisition that is designed to be very easy to use with hundreds of pre-built out-of-the-box components, unrivaled integration with the broader Microsoft ecosystem as covered just now. And Power Automate brings these components into one universal platform. As you can see, RPA is just one piece of the whole intelligent automation platform. Now let's deep dive into RPA. RPA is about bridging automation between legacy system and modern system by automating the user interface of those legacy systems. Because every applications that do not have API will have some sort of user interface. This allows you to automate any type of applications that you can imagine. What RPA can do is automate business procedures by mimicking user interactions on screen and across systems, and automatically execute those rule-based tasks. Through RPA, a machine copies and records the set of actions that the user takes to complete a task. You can start by recording the task, for example, copying data from two spreadsheets into one, then you can test it out and monitor the playback. Once you're happy with the results, using RPA, you can automate these processes on your behalf. Power Automate's RPA capabilities offers both attended and unattended mode of automation. When you create desktop flows, you can run them either in attended or unattended mode. When running attended, Power Automate uses an existing Windows user session. The flow runs on workers' PC to automate cumbersome or repetitive processes, allowing the workers to correct any errors as needed. It is typically used to drive efficiencies and automate manual, individual tasks across desktop and web. This approach achieves many benefits of automation while allowing for human intervention. With unattended RPA, everything is fully automated, so you're able to schedule and trigger events which accelerates end-to-end automation of high-volume tasks without human intervention. Prior to this, UI flows could be created by either utilizing the Windows Recorder or using the Selenium open source framework for both Windows 10 apps and web apps respectively. Now with Power Automate Desktop, we are extending these automation capabilities in Power Automate to on-premises processes and tasks, making it possible to automate any desktop or web-based application, hence broadening the existing RPA capabilities in Power Automate. With the latest release, Power Automate Desktop adds several desktop applications which can leverage RPA. Additionally, we have expanded the number of browsers that can be used for web RPA. With the enhanced recorder, you can automate your favorite web apps with a web recorder or capture on-screen elements for your window apps with a desktop recorder. The new recorder makes the process of recording and editing click steps much easier and faster. The entire RPA user experience is vastly improved with Power Automate Desktop. It allows you to author automations easily with an easy-to-use visual designer which accelerates automation deployment. It has robust error handling capabilities which helps in saving time troubleshooting. It enables you to automate across more apps with the flexibility to run your automations in either attended or unattended mode on the web or your desktop. With the new Power Automate Desktop authoring canvas, the ability to create automations is much easier. The new authoring experience includes easy addition of loops for repeated tasks, and one can easily add variables for dynamic inputs. And with the built-in image recognition technology, it allows easier data extraction and management. The authoring experience also adds UI elements to easily build sophisticated automation. There are more options for designing automations, such as creating subflows to better track and manage the overall flow. Additionally, you can create custom messaging to inform makers on the progress of the process automation. For more complex automation, it allows you to integrate powerful scripting tools. The new enhanced error capabilities comes with simple tools to test and debug. And now users will receive detailed error notification to help to debug issues. On top of that, execution logs containing error details and screenshots are included to facilitate troubleshooting. Power Automate Desktop is also integrated to Power Automate, so you can connect all your RPA recordings to the 400 plus connectors available with Power Automate. This allows creation of unique and comprehensive automation processes. And with Power Automate Desktop, you can bridge automation across a myriad of applications and create end-to-end process automations for your IT environment. To sum up, with Power Automate Desktop, it provides a secure, intuitive, and user-friendly tool with low-code RPA platform, as well as capabilities to remove boundaries between legacy and modern solutions. This helps businesses to democratize automation across the organization, allowing them to reap the benefits of automation quicker. Now let's take an example of how RPA can be applied for finance stakeholders on invoice processing use case. Here, the finance department receives the invoices attached to email messages. They then had to manually enter the invoice information into a legacy invoicing system, which often results in significant time and effort, data entry errors, and delays in closing the books. Now with unattended RPA, finance department can automate the invoice data capture and updates into the legacy invoicing system without human intervention. This speeds up the invoice processing and significantly reduces human error in data entry. Now that we have covered the solution concepts, I would like to showcase to you on how RPA can be applied to help finance team on invoice automation. Finance department may face challenges in their daily invoice processing function as illustrated here. John, the vendor, sends an invoice as an email attachment. Now once the email is received by the finance department, they will have to sort out and key manually into their legacy invoicing system. This results in various issues such as significant time spent on mundane tasks, data entry errors, which may delay in books closing. Now, leveraging the automation capabilities of Power Automate and RPA that we have just covered, we can set up an automation flow such that once the email is received, it will trigger the RPA desktop flow with unattended mode in this case. This will help to update the invoice details automatically into the legacy invoicing system. Now let me show you how it works. As you can see here, I have pre-created an automated flow that gets triggers based on an event. In this case, when a new email shows up, it will run the Power Automate desktop flow. However, I do not want on all emails, hence I can specify the filters that only trigger the flow whenever these conditions are met. For example, only trigger when there's an email with a subject title New Invoice and with attachments. Now this Enter an Invoice desktop flow will update the legacy invoicing system without human intervention. I can choose the run mode, be it attended or unattended. For purpose of quick simulation process, let's choose attended mode and use these values to update the legacy invoicing system accordingly. Now that we have done, let's do a quick test to trigger the flow. Let's choose manual. To see it work, we need to flag an email in your inbox. Now let's create an email. Sending with a subject title New Invoice with attachment. Let's click send. We will wait for the email to come in and we'll flag it. Let's flag the second one as well. Let's have a look at the run history. You see that the flow is running. It has triggered the desktop flow right now and is successfully ran. The Power Automate desktop will then invoke the legacy invoicing system for update. As you can see, the invoice system has been invoked and is currently updating the invoice automatically. So now the update has been completed and the flow has run successfully. To sum up the demo flow, the Outlook connector automatically kicks off the RPA desktop flow to update the invoice legacy system without human intervention. Now with Power Automate and RPA, finance department are able to reap the benefits of automation, helping them to reduce time taken and reduce data entry errors in invoice processing, thus giving time back to focus on strategic activities. In the next part, we've covered how you can create your own desktop flow using the designer tool. Now here I've launched my Power Automate desktop, and this was the flow that we used just now in our demo. And once I click on this, it will bring up the Power Automate desktop designer. Let's maximize this. Now let's have a quick view before we create a new one. PD designer navigation are broken down into few segments. The toolbar over here contains basic operations to control the process execution, and the web and desktop recorder are for action recording. And in the middle is the workspace. It contains all actions added to the process. And on the right, we can see the variables. We have the input, output, as well as flow variables. On the left-hand side is the action pane. It contains all Power Automate desktop actions. And actions is basically instructions that you want your computer to execute on your behalf. It could be actions related to web pages, Excel, folders, and many more shown here. In this flow, we have selected Run Applications to invoke Contoso Legacy Invoicing System, as you saw in the demo earlier. Now, besides using the action pane, you can leverage both web recorder or even desktop recorder to record your steps that you click on screen. For example, in these steps, we have leveraged desktop recorder to record the steps on invoice creation in Contoso Invoicing app. Now let's create a new Power Automate desktop. By clicking on this plus button, let's call it Enter an Invoice version 2 and click Create. Now on the next step, I want the flow to open the Legacy Invoicing app. Let's choose Run Application, drop it over here into the workspace, and enter the location path of the Contoso Invoicing app. Once you're happy, click on Save. Now this action will basically open up your legacy Contoso Invoicing app when you're running your flow. Now to mimic the user's action on invoice creation, we will record the steps using desktop recorder. Now let's also open the Contoso Invoicing app. Let's maximize this. Now let's start recording. On the Contoso Invoicing app, click on Invoice and click New to create a new record. And for the purpose of simulation, let's type in some data. For an amount, let's put some numbers here and click on Status, choose Status as Invoiced. Once we're happy, we can then save it. As you can see, using the desktop recorder, it has recorded all the steps if you've clicked and updated. Now let's click Finish and close the Contoso Invoicing app as well. Good, let's click on Run to test the flow. Great, it's fully working now and is ready to be used as part of your invoicing automation in this case. Now to sum up, with PAD Designer, it empowers end user to accelerate automation opportunities with an intuitive and user-friendly tool. It allows organizations to bridge automation across legacy and modern systems by using user interface of legacy system as shown here, bringing limitless automation opportunities. Now, for those of you who want to know more about RPA, you can download the RPA in a Day lab content to test it out. Now, the lab includes an infusion of AI Builder for forms processing, as well as linking with teams for invoice approvals. With that, let's move on to the next topic. We have seen incredible growth of Power Platform over the years, with customers across various industries such as retail, CPG, government, healthcare, and energy sector adopting this platform to transform the business to the next level. You can find out more about their stories in this link here. In these next few slides, let me take you through two customers' case studies. The first one is Ayo Nisedoa Insurance. They are one of Asia's largest insurance companies, offering a wide range of insurance services to 2.4 million individuals and businesses around the world. As part of their digital transformation initiatives, they encourage employees to improve and innovate business processes using local development tools in Microsoft Power Platform. In order to accelerate their innovations, they created an in-person training certification program to upskill the company's citizen developers. However, they face challenges to scale up in-person training to wider audience due to cost and time constraints. To counter the challenges faced, they developed an automated e-learning environment using RPA capabilities in Microsoft Power Automate. And the application development tools, they've actually built it using Microsoft Power Apps. To counter the challenges faced, they developed an automated e-learning environment using RPA capabilities in Microsoft Power Automate and application development tools in Microsoft Power Apps. These help to streamline the processes, broaden training access, and reduce costs. They're now on track to boost citizen developer certification by 350% and reduce training costs by $1.4 million by 2022. To know more about the automation story, please visit the links provided here. The second case study is Illimity Bank, a young and innovative bank in Italy. One of the employee perks provided by the bank is employee discounts for loans. The application and approval processes were slow and inefficient. Illimity leveraged Microsoft Power Automate to simplify, streamline, and automate the loan process, saving them 15 hours a month and seamlessly handling 15 requests a month. The new process relieves a huge burden on the underwriting office and saves Illimity time and money and provides a hassle-free experience for their end users. To sum out on the automation benefits that these two customers have gained, for example, for Illimity, they have discovered great opportunities in using RPA to save time and resources. In this particular case that we have seen, they're able to remove manual processing hundreds of documents. As for Ayo Nisedoa, they're able to take advantage of RPA flexible capabilities to automate across the heterogeneous platform, be it modern or legacy systems. With the local tools provided to both customers, everyone in the organizations is empowered to automate their work. I hope you have gained a fair idea of how Microsoft Power Automate and RPA help organizations to achieve these benefits. To take the next step, you can join in the Power Automate community, which already has over 200,000 members. As a member of the community, you can share your Power Automate experience, gain guidance on your questions, and also help influence the product roadmap. And be sure to check out the Power Automate blog and tutorials and educational videos available online. Also, check out the product roadmap to learn about the latest updates to Power Automate. To get started, these are great resources that you can tap into for your immersions. Here are links to learning paths that you can learn on your own schedule. Upon that, you can validate achievements through Microsoft certification. This concludes my session today on Power Automate and RPA and the potential that it brings to organization. If you'd like to learn more about the overall Microsoft Power Platform, please check out other sessions in this event as well. And feel free to connect with our Microsoft representative in your country. If you'd like to provide feedback on the session, please participate in this survey by scanning the QR code shown here. And thank you for joining this session, and see you next time.